Hey guys, thanks for checking out my video. As you can see here, I have two Samsonite pieces of luggage that were just purchased from over here at our local Marshalls. I've been on the hunt to try to find quality luggage that's not made in China, and that's a harder feat to accomplish than you might think. These bags are made by Samsonite, which is an old-fashioned brand, but as soon as you pop them open, they're made in China. They all seem to be, pretty much everything that I can find is made in China, unless you want to spend about $1,000 for something similar. Even the stuff that's marked Sweden on the side of it is still made in China. So I had a piece of luggage that I was going to take on an upcoming trip with me, and forgot that the last trip that I was on, it had broken after about 7 trips. And the breaking point where it actually broke was not where you'd normally expect. It was actually in the mechanics of the handle right here. The screws, and I have the screw backed out here, these screws that they use are very small. What ends up happening is the screws come loose over time, and they actually pull from the actual handle itself, and then the telescopic pieces break, and it kind of renders the bag useless because you can't get it through the airport or the cruise or whatever. You can't carry it around. You're not gonna carry it by the handle. So what I did to make these a little bit more reliable, and of course we'll see if they stand the test of time. But what I did to make these made in China bags more reliable is this right here. Use some Loctite, and what I did, I backed these screws out here and here on this bag, applied some Loctite on there, screwed them back in, and made sure that they were nice and snug. And as this Loctite dries, it'll make a really, really tight seal for those screws so they can't back out over time. Everything else about that Chinese bag that I had worked perfectly fine. The zippers were all in good shape and everything. It's just the actual mechanical feature of the bag was broken. So what I'm going to go I'm going to go through both of these bags, and everywhere I see a screw, I'm going to go ahead and Loctite it. I mean, let's face it, these aren't going to go in for service anywhere. These particular bags are actually made for Marshalls. If you start doing some Google searches, and the only warranty you get on them is the 30-day at Marshalls. I don't even think Samsonite will honor the warranty. So so much for that. So why not just make your own warranty, create your own insurance, and go through and actually make the bags a little bit more reliable, because that seems to be the weak point on all these Chinese bags, is the actual screws and hardware that they're using to put them together. The handle itself actually feels pretty sturdy. I'm actually kind of impressed with the way this one is. This one's a little bit more rickety. You can kind of see side to side. I do have a screw backed out here, but I did just Loctite this one here. You can see it, and I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. But it seems to be that the only failing point on these bags with normal use is the actual screws. I mean, it's just, cheap stuff they use, and over time they come loose and the threads get worn out because the screws are backing out. So what I'm going to do is I'll go through, Loctite every single screw, and then I will, as I hopefully travel more often, I will do some updates and see how the reliability is on these things, because let's face it, who has, $700, $800, $900 to drop on a bag? I mean, that's kind of crazy. That's more than the trip. So anyway, sorry for the long-winded video, but just to give you my recommendation, Loctite red on the screws, screw them back in, wipe up any excess that comes out, and hopefully you'll have a reliable bag that's made in China. See you later. Here it is here with the Loctite on the screw. So it's just a red, thin material that goes on the screw, and then you put this in the actual screw receptacle. Okay, here we are looking at the inside of this Samsonite bag. And as you can see right from the label there, made in good old China with good quality China materials. So what I'm going to do here, we're actually in the inside of the bag. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't with one hand open up this zipper and look at some of where our other mechanics are in the bag and see if we got any other screws that we can go ahead and modify. It looks like in here we got some rivets. Here's a screw right here. We'll go ahead and Loctite that. Looks like we got a little bit of a dent here. We'll go ahead and Loctite this screw in here. It's kind of dark. There's another screw at the base. Let's see, up in here we got lots of screws that can work themselves loose over time. So we'll go in here, just simply back these screws out, put some Loctite on here. We got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like there. So go on ahead and Loctite all your mechanics together. Make sure all your screws are nice and tight. Here's one back here. Looks like for the wheel assemblies. Get all those Loctited in so they don't come loose, and you should have a much more reliable bag than the way it came from the factory. So hope this helps you guys out, and if you like it, like the video, subscribe, and I'll try to put out some more videos soon. Thanks.